Okay, what's going on, guys? This is Liam. I'm just going to go for a quick drive. Once again, a little bit sleep deprived because I've been working and interviews and finishing the course. And as you can hear, I'm sort of fumbling around and getting into my car. But I figured that if I'm going to go for a drive and do some things that I have to do, I may as well see if I can answer some questions and talk about the interview yesterday, which was really quite fascinating. So if anyone has any questions at any point, just sorry for the noise, just put your hand up, metaphorically speaking, obviously, in the room, and I will answer it. But now I'm going to go to a cafe and continue to finish the course off and finish the book. I mean, you guys have been seeing that I've been uploading the new course up on the internet. So I sent an email out. Fuck me, this is Albanian. They park very close to you. You would have seen that I sent an email out, maybe some of you, yesterday or 2 days ago, about Triumph Over Tinnitus 3. So I'll tell you a bit about what's going to happen with the course and the pricing and the update. So what's going to happen is the current price of Triumph Over Tinnitus 3 is $297 US. The current price of Light is $97 US. And you guys would know if you're in my email list that if you buy Light for $97, then you only have to pay the $200 difference for Triumph Over Tinnitus 3. You should see the parking lot I'm in right now. Holy crap. But back to the point, the new course I'm going to release, which is going to be called Silence, is going to be, I think I'm going to start the price off at $2,000 because what I've noticed is it's just too cheap. And why is that a problem? Well, people aren't doing the course, you know. I've got a lot of people joining the course, however you want to categorize a lot of people, and they're just not doing it. I went through on my Instagram yesterday and I showed how I would say probably a fifth of all people that actually get the course never open it, they never use it. Probably only 10% of people who get the course actually go 50% through it. And that's why in my Facebook group, which is attached to the course, and just questions I get in general, thanks, are all, they're already answered in the course. And so what happens is people will join the course, and I'm going to get to the point of this clubhouse, by the way, just explain what's happening. People get to the course, and then they join the Facebook group straight away and go, hey, how do you silence tinnitus? And you would have seen I uploaded that video called The False Safety Net about people who just don't want to put in the work. And money doesn't really mean a fucking thing to me. I don't give a shit. I just don't. And so I don't want heaps of people to join my courses. I just don't. I only want to select few people to be in it. And so the people who've joined Triumph Over Tinnitus 3, I'll say that again, the people who've joined Triumph Over Tinnitus 3, you'll get the course update for free. You don't have to spend another $2,000. So when Silence comes out, Triumph Over Tinnitus 3 will go off the market. So you'll only be able to get Silence. That's the way it's going to go. Because I'm slowly phasing out Triumph Over Tinnitus 3, because what I'm going to do with the new course is you're going to have to complete the whole course. You're going to have to do a survey. Then you're going to have to, I think I'm going to organize something where you're going to have to book a call and talk with maybe a handful or one of my past clients who's gotten Silence and answer another set of quizzes. And only then will you be allowed in the Facebook group, because at the moment it's just a joke. I mean, and I don't mean to be a dick or to be rude or to sound condescending or, it's my way or the highway, but it's just ridiculous. Like, I mean, come on. That's why, people who do better just stick with the course. You would have seen that in the video I did too. You guys should see the weather here. It's lovely. So that's what's going on. Course release date. Of course, I keep saying it's going to take this long, it's going to take that long, but I keep adding things. But you've seen it. It is being uploaded, so maybe a month or two it'll be out. So if you don't want to spend $2,000 and only $297, then I would click the link in this. If you're listening to this as a replay, in the Instagram bio or the YouTube description, and you can get it. And then when the course comes out, you get the update for free. Okay, so I had an interview yesterday. I was interviewed for an hour and 10 minutes, and honestly, it seemed like it was about 20 minutes. It went so fast. It was absolutely fantastic. So I was contacted by a doctor. Her name is Dr. Himka. She's American. And she contacted me and said, hey Liam, I'm having a lot of people contact me about tinnitus, and they're asking me if her advice will help them. And it does, because her and I talk about similar things. And so I did the interview, and it was great. As I said, we spoke for about 17 minutes. We covered a lot of things. You can go and watch it on Instagram now. Oh, sorry, you can watch it on YouTube now. Instagram has an hour-long upload limit, so I just put it on YouTube. But one of the things that we spoke about towards the end is something called Mechanoelectrical Transduction. And the hint of what that is in the name, mechanoelectrical, mechanical electrical. There's a transduction process within the cells that the stereocilia are attached to inside the cochlea. And what it does is it turns the vibration in the air. So noise is just vibration in the air. Isn't that interesting? And it transforms it into electricity. It conforms it into direct current, which is ions. Okay, very, very cool. It turns my vibrating voice box eventually winds up as electricity, and that electricity it transfers down the vestibular cochlear nerve, and it goes into the auditory regions. Let's give it a bit of gas here. Oh Jesus! Auditory regions of your brain. This car is fucking fast. And wow, it actually processes as the phenomenon of hearing. And she actually knew a bit about that too, which was great. And so we spoke about that. And so I want to explain exactly what that is. So, well, it's dependent upon many things. And now we're hitting Pothole Central. I'm going to the beach now. So, you know, you require lipids, you require proteins, you require minerals and nutrients, you require potassium, you require glucose, of course, but don't worry about that. There is a process in your liver which will transform protein and fats into glucose. But basically, there's a byproduct of the electron chain transport system, which actually transforms, and I've gone the wrong way here, that's good, which actually transforms, sorry, I'm paying attention to the road at the same time, transforms, sorry, I completely lost my train of thought. Basically, it uses adenosine triphosphate to help you hear. Okay, I know I totally butchered that description, but I'm kind of driving at the moment, and you can listen to the replay. Okay, so the mechanoelectrical transduction process, you can read more about that in my webinar. You can click on that, but it's dependent upon many things. Okay, so there's things that are required, but there are also things that disrupt the process of mitochondrial regulation. And what are those things? We talk about that all the time. Okay. We talk about mold, we talk about stress, we talk about a lack of minerals, like a lack of copper, lack of iodine, thyroid dysfunction, lack of sleep, electromagnetic frequencies, non-native. We talk about a lack of grounding. So if you are eating lots of shit and you're always stressed, you're going to have free radicals. And those are going to strip electrons from your cells, destabilize the cells, and the cells will die. Well, how do you neutralize those free radicals? Antioxidants. If you Google how to get antioxidants, you're going to get a whole bunch of absolute baloney on the internet, which is going to tell you, oh, well, here are the list of the 5 fruits, like guava fruit and pomegranate fruit and beet juice and like all this garbage, which is full of oxalates. We also spoke about oxalates. But the best antioxidant in the world, you know what it is? Grounding. You can get negatively charged electrons from the ground, which will neutralize those free radicals and ensure that you don't have too much oxidization in the cells, which results in mitochondrial dysregulation, dysfunction, and wham bam, thank you ma'am, you got tinnitus, you got hearing loss. Jesus Christ, you guys should see the road I'm on. It's not peak time now, so they're doing a whole bunch of construction on the road. Okay, let's see if anyone has any questions or anything like that. So that's basically all I wanted to talk about. I just wanted to reiterate everything and talk about yesterday and you know, talk about the great interview I had with Dr. Rimka. And if you guys have any more questions or anything you want to know now, don't be shy. Yes, everyone's going to hear you talk, but no one is going to judge you, okay? Everyone is on their own journey to silence. Right now, it feels like I'm on a journey, I don't know, what, on this broken road. Okay, we've got someone. Let's see. Okay. Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can. How you doing?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm very good. Thanks for coming on.
I'm so happy to get a chance to talk to you.
Yeah, yeah. How can I help?
Well, here's the thing. I've had tinnitus for like 4 to 5 months, like a
Yeah,
ringing in my ear. And I could deal with it easily, live my day-to-day life. And then it got really bad, and so I found you,
yeah,
which was awesome. So I started following some of your advice. Well, anything I could find for free.
yeah.
And it had been helping me really well. Like
Uh,
seriously, exercising, eating well, getting the
yeah.
sun, that was so helpful.
Great.
And then a couple weeks ago, I got what I think is pulsatile tinnitus, so like a
Yeah,
rolling rhythmic in my ear. So that was really annoying.
yeah.
But I kept doing your advice, and it went down pretty well on Tuesday, I'd say. Like it was basically gone,
Great.
and it still is gone right now, which is great.
Yeah,
Only like Wednesday, I got a beeping in my ear and a cracking in my other ear, and the beeping gets it matches noise around me. So I wonder if going through the process of stopping my tinnitus, well, silencing it, is it normal for new tones to appear, new sounds, all sorts of things like that?
yeah, yeah. So the answer is yes, absolutely. So I can tell you right now, in all of my courses, and I probably mentioned this in my free videos. I'm sure you'll come across it eventually, if
Mm?
not in if not in the past. But there's actually a video I'm creating now called Fluctuation to the Destination. And so
Yeah.
it's very, very common. And sometimes it can be very, very extreme what people actually experience in terms of fluctuations when they're doing the right thing. So
Okay.
I might have someone who, I'll give you a specific example of someone. So I had a
Yeah.
guy who came to me who was actually, he was blowing up the air in his tire at a gas station. And what happened was the tire exploded and he instantly got tinnitus in his left ear.
Yeah.
And it was only the left ear, and it was there for about 4 years, I believe. And then 3 months into following my advice, it changed from one ear to the other ear. So
Hmm.
it went out of his left ear into his right. And he said, I can't believe it. Like, does this mean it's a good thing? And that's what people want to know, what you want to know now. People need a bit of clarification. Is it a good thing? Am I on the right track? And I can tell you that it is. So
Okay.
you are going to get, the only thing that I would probably want to know, like, do you know what caused it? Did you move house? Did you get a knock to
Well,
the head or?
I have been in a band for the past 10 years, and loud music, loud exposure, a lot of stress and anxiety, all sorts of different things really, but that's like the main thing, never wearing protective hearing, so most of that I think is that.
Yeah. So, look, I can tell you, you're probably wondering this as well, so I can tell you this. The good news is you don't have to stop being, if you're still in a band, you don't have to stop in order to get silence.
Yeah.
I've got many people who, I've got one guy who sent me a video, I still haven't uploaded it, but he's a drummer and he's 40 years old and he plays gigs all day long and he tours
Mm.
around and he's basically pretty close to silence now, following just 30% of my advice, and he's had tinnitus
Oh my god,
for
that's amazing.
I think he said 15 years or something he's had tinnitus. So you don't have to stop doing it. Are you still in a band now?
Well, I mean, in a way, yeah, I haven't gone to any practices in a couple of months, given how I mean, I'm afraid of it getting any worse, really.
Yeah. So look, I mean, that sounds like it's depressing, you know, like you have to take a
Yeah, no,
break.
I know. That's how I feel. I feel depressed of not going, but at the same
Yeah.
time, it's like I'm a bit in a weird situation.
No, no, I get it. Believe me, I get. I mean, my story is I stopped. You know, I dropped out of
Yeah.
university. But if I knew what I knew now, I knew I wouldn't have had to have done that. Do you have proper hearing protection? Like, do you have in-ear monitors and
Well,
stuff like that, or?
I have now I have bought a headset. Those like well, I don't have the word in English, but like I wear it over my ears and it muffles out sound around me.
Ah, yeah, like a
So
builder's earmuff sort of
yeah,
thing.
exactly. That's what it is.
Yeah, yeah. I used to. I started using those too when my tinnitus very first started. They are good. They are
Mm,
good because that's what they're for. They're heavy duty.
yeah, I
Look,
wear them in the car because
yeah, in the car. Oh, does yeah? So what? The car makes your hearing worse, does it, or makes your symptoms
well,
worse?
it makes a more general heavy noise in my head. It's not like coming out of my ears, it's inside my head what the car does. It's just but that goes down like 10 to 15 minutes after I leave the car, so it's fine.
Okay, all right. Well, yeah, I think when your symptoms completely go, I'm sure that'll dissipate too. But
All
look,
right.
to circle back to your initial question, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
to circle back to your initial question, fluctuation is completely normal. And people often say to me, is this good? It's doing this and it's doing that. And I never heard a hissing, now it's hissing. And, it's what you're saying now is so common. And practically everyone who's followed my advice and gotten silence has gone through exactly the same thing. Where
Right.
they're going good, they're getting the results, it's doing well. And then all of a sudden, they hear a new noise, or it spikes up for like 2 days, and what they think is, oh my god, I've done something wrong, when
Yeah.
really, yeah, no, but unless there's anything you can think of, but even still, it's not like you're going to do anything wrong. It's going to reset your progress in just a couple of
Mm,
days. But
yeah.
to really give you the truth, I'd say you're doing pretty fucking good. To me, it sounds really good. It honestly
It's
sounds like,
great to hear that.
yeah,
I
and
I'd say like your free advice is honestly amazing. Seriously, people just need to watch your videos and stuff. Like that's what I've been doing, and
yeah. I was talking to you yesterday, right? Was that you?
yeah, that's me. That's me.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. Just so people listening, me and her were just chatting a bit yesterday, and she was saying the same thing, what you're saying now, which is the free advice. Like, you guys don't even really have to join my courses if you don't want to, because
Mm,
there's free advice. I was looking today. I have 213 videos on my YouTube channel, and
yeah,
all of them have something that people will find useful.
exactly.
Yeah, and
It's amazing.
people will just watch one. I know I sound frustrated, but I am frustrated because people can get
I understand.
silence, and people will watch 3 videos and go, and then ask me, "Hey, Liam, what do I eat?" And I'm like, "I'm not answering that." I just go and
I
watch the
know.
videos. Yeah,
No,
it's
you have
it's
to like
unbelievable.
add on every one of your video. Like you just put this information with this information, and it all comes together. It's just that
Yeah,
simple.
yeah, it's all there. It's all there. Okay. Well, if do you have any
Um.
other questions
Well,
or
yes.
sure?
I hope you don't mind, guys, if I
Yeah.
can ask more questions. Okay. So this is about fasting.
Yeah.
So today I'm fasting. I haven't eaten since 7:30 yesterday,
Yep.
and I'm not going to eat until 7:30 tonight. So that's a 24-hour fast.
Yep.
And then I fast again. Like what I don't understand is if I want to do like a 48-hour fast, do I not eat during those entire 48 hours? Or is it okay to like eat 24 hours later and then do one again? See what
Well,
I mean?
yeah, that wouldn't be a 48-hour fast though, because you would break the fast.
Right.
So if you, let's say you hit 7:30 tonight, and then that's 24 hours, and
Mm,
then you have dinner or something, like whatever you're going to have, then it's going to take like another probably 15 hours for that food to digest or something like that. And then
yeah.
you're better off just not doing that. Like that, you know what? That you can actually make yourself sick doing that. That's too little food over. It's just not a good idea, because you're not going to hit autophagy, so your body isn't really going to break down your fat and give you the nutrition you need. And also, you're sort of malnourishing yourself by not eating enough. And
Okay.
I don't know how much you weigh, and I won't ask that publicly to a woman, but you
I know
kind of get,
it's all right. It's all right.
what I'm saying. So I wouldn't do that. I would just that is something that people would do if they're trying to lose weight. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's what like obese people do. So I wouldn't do that. But what I would do is, you know, like autophagy sets in at different times for every person. So for some people, they might need to fast for 72 hours. For some people, 24. But I don't care about ketones. I don't care about autophagy. I just care what happens after the fast. That's another thing I should remind you of too, which is that whatever again, to the fluctuation, it really doesn't matter what happens to your ears during the fast. If the volume goes up, down, all around, left, right, new sounds, it's irrelevant. It really is irrelevant. Unless it gets
Mm.
so loud that you can't bear it, then break the fast. But what people find is they go, oh, like for myself as well, I did when I was back in Georgia doing these crazy 4-day dry fasts. The sound would go up during the fast, but then
Yeah.
in the week after the fast, it would go down to lower than it was prior to starting the fast. If you can't understand what I'm saying.
Yeah. No, I do.
Yeah, but so
I think
to answer your question, don't do that. Don't do that.
yes. So I should just do like a straight 48-hour fast instead of breaking it.
If you can, yeah, yes, ideally, but I want you to be careful of your weight and how you feel, and if
Yeah.
you have, make sure. I've got to say this, but speak to a doctor and make sure be safe. Take it slow and be safe.
Okay.
Is what
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to say. Yeah,
I
sure.
understand.
Yeah,
Well. I don't think I can think of anything else really, but that was really helpful.
Okay, no worries. Yeah, just you'll be fine. Don't worry about it. I mean, if you're already getting results, you'll be absolutely fine. Just give it another, I don't know, 3, 6 months, and you'll probably have silence in your ears again. You know?
Okay, well, that's very encouraging. Thank you very
Yeah.
much.
Don't worry about it. Okay. Have a lovely day now.
Thank you, you too. Bye.
Bye. Okay, I'm trying to bring in Donna. This is great. We've got a lot of people asking questions. I hope my internet. Okay, hello.
Hello.
Hey Donna, how you doing?
Okay, thank you for taking this.
No worries. Are you? Do I hear an Irish accent, or am I wrong?
Well, I am Irish. I don't live in Ireland, but I go every year, which I'm going this year for 2 months,
Yeah.
May. But I just started with this tinnitus 10 days ago, out of the blue. And
Oh, okay, right.
I'm on friggin' prednisone. It's 60 milligram a day. It's such a roller coaster. I don't know. I'm just leery of staying on it. What's your opinion about that?
Yeah, look, things like steroids like prednisone, prednisolone, Salofolk. I can't look. I literally can't tell you to take or to stop taking a
Right.
med. I can't tell you what to do, but I can tell you stories and personal experience, and you can make up your own mind. And
Okay.
I can tell you this as a fact that from the people who've come to me, no one has benefited from taking those things regarding their tinnitus.
Right.
Like I've never had someone say, "Oh, I had tinnitus and then I took a corticosteroid or prednisolone or a steroid injection into my ear and it all cleared up." Like it just doesn't happen. I think it's just an ENT's way. Like, was that an ENT or a general
An
practitioner or who?
ENT, an ENT, definitely.
Yeah. Where do you live now?
I'm in the States and I live outside of Philadelphia.
How is the weather in Philadelphia? I'm not too familiar with that
Uh,
area.
it's been crazy. It's been like 64 degrees one day, the next day, freaking
Yeah.
20 degrees. It's just crazy.
Oh, a roller coaster. How did
Yes.
how, how did you get your tinnitus? Do you know?
I'm going to be honest. I don't know. In 2015, I got hit right between the eyes, like on the bridge of my nose with a paddleboard in the ocean. And
Right.
I lost some hearing then, but I've had no issues. And all I can say is I have two little grandsons and they think that I have the best scream in the world. So I screamed really loud and I ended up with a sore throat and the next morning tinnitus.
Okay, yeah, it definitely sounds like your tinnitus could be linked to some sort of inflammatory problem, like maybe eustachian tube dysfunction or anything like that.
That's,
Hey,
yeah.
have you ever had like a CAT scan or anything like that, or a
No,
sonogram done on your sinuses? No?
I had sinus surgery back in 2001.
What was that for? Allergies?
Yes. Oh my God. And I'm a nurse. So it was like constant sinus. And my dad was dying during that time. So I
Oh,
was
wow.
constant antibiotics just to keep it at bay. It was horrific.
Yeah, it's. How long have you had the allergies for? So you said allergies, right? Am I correct
Yeah.
there?
It's,
Like
a long
plants,
time.
animals, that sort of thing, food?
Not so much food. It's mainly just our environment we live in. Um,
Right.
I
Like
mean, it's
pollen,
exact.
that sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever been? It sounds like because you probably see my videos, and tinnitus is usually a combination of things. And I
Right.
got to tell you, every time I have someone who has an allergy problem that's so bad you needed sinus surgery. By the way, I got to tell you, excuse me, I had when I had tinnitus, I had one of the contributing factors to my tinnitus as well as drums was actually mold as well. And we found mold in my closet, and my ENT made me get this sinus surgery where they widened up my nasal cavities. Did they do a similar thing to you?
Yes, but now I have
Yeah.
scar tissue in there. They want to do it
Yes.
again.
Oh, goodness me. Yeah, look, I can't tell you what not to do or to do,
I
but I would
know.
probably think about that. Look, I don't know how much expendable money you have, but I would say to you, I'd probably go and get a urinary mycotoxin mold test because mold usually causes allergies, usually not all the time.
Okay.
But if you don't have the money for that, because it can be something like, $300, $200, I know it's not cheap.
I could
What I
afford.
Oh, okay, you can do that. Okay, well, I would do that then, definitely. You should be able to find in Philadelphia, if you're there, a naturopath, a chiropractor, something like that should be able to help you and say, yep, this is the one you need. You just go there, urinate into a cup, they send it off to a lab and they send you back the results and you see it's pretty accurate what you might have.
Ah,
On top of that, with your sinuses, you didn't have any, like, what happened after you smacked your nose? Did you see a doctor? You got no scans or anything or?
yeah. Well, really, all I did was I was on vacation, so I was away, and I had a slight concussion. I had a black eye, the whole bit. And when I got home 2 weeks later, my ear hurt, so I went, and he said I had blood like really in far down in the canal, and then he did a
Yeah.
hearing test, and I lost hearing, some hearing, and now after the screaming incident, he said I've lost hearing. And
Do
I
you?
would never have known I had friggin' lost hearing, I swear.
Okay, well, let me ask you this. When he said you've lost hearing, how did they determine that?
By an audio test.
Did you have tinnitus when you sat the audio test?
Yes.
You haven't lost any hearing. You haven't lost any. Let me ask you this. When you walk around in the day, do you find it hard to hear than you did before?
No.
You haven't lost any hearing. And I'll tell you why, because the audiograms they do, I know what it is. They sit you in a room, like it kind of feels like a submarine.
Yes.
They put the big headphones on you. They play the beeps and the boops and the different
Yes.
words. And then
Crazy.
you have, yeah, and you have to click the corresponding button that relates to which ear, right, when they play it?
Right. Yep,
Yes.
exactly.
So let me ask you this. Was it hard to hear the beeping over the sound of your tinnitus in some instances?
Yes.
Yeah, there you go. And they're going to take you out of the room. They're going to show you the audiogram with the X's and the O's, and they're going to say, look, see, you couldn't hear here where your tinnitus is. That's hearing loss. It is not hearing loss. It's interference. This is the
Okay.
level. This is what we're dealing with ENTs. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. So you haven't lost any hearing. There's no proof of that at all. And I just say you haven't because you can, you can talk to me just fine.
Yeah.
So what I would do is, you said you've known about me for 10 days, I think, or something.
Yeah.
Is that correct? Okay,
Yeah.
great. So go through my videos like the Margot said before, the girl who was on before.
I
Go through my
will.
videos. Start everything very slowly. You must make sure you consult with a doctor before applying anything I talk about. Get a urinary mycotoxin test, and also have a look around your home for any mold,
I
like
will.
under the sink, in the kitchen, in the garage, in your car, under the seats, everywhere.
Oh,
Just give it a
no.
bit of a look over. And once you get the results back for the urinary mycotoxin mold test, come back on the clubhouse like this and we can talk about it.
Oh, Liam, thank you. You're my savior right now. I'm writing everything down and I'm praying.
Okay, well,
Thank you for
you're
being
more than
you.
welcome.
Okay,
Sorry?
Liam. Have a
Okay,
great weekend.
have a lovely day.
You too, hon. Bye bye.
Bye. Okay,
So sweet.
who's next? Max, from Australia, I think.
Hey,
Max,
can you hear me, Liam?
hey mates, what's going on?
Hey, mate. Nothing much. It's a bit late here in Australia.
Yeah.
Um,
What time is it there? Like 12?
10 to midnight. Yep.
Oh yeah, nice. Where are you from in Australia?
Same place as you. I'm from Melbourne, so
No. What area? Do you mind if I ask what area you're from?
I don't want to get. Look, I'm in the eastern suburbs,
Okay.
so
Okay. No
all
worries.
right,
No worries.
southeast.
Yeah. No. Fair enough. We are live. Okay. So how can I help?
Okay. Yeah. Look, Liam, I've been following a lot of your content for like the last couple months.
Yep.
I know, I reckon I got a gist of the whole sort of thing,
Yep.
but I've probably like consumed like 50% of your Instagram and YouTube videos.
Right.
Um, Look, I've done audiograms. I've got no hearing loss at all, despite the tinnitus.
Yep.
Both years. Okay, I've got a couple of questions. I'll start with the first question.
Yep.
What do you think of when you mask the tinnitus? Is there a like a good way to mask the tinnitus that isn't like EMF heavy? Like,
Yeah. Well, what are you doing anything at the moment, or you're just thinking about what's the best way?
I've got a fan going, like an electric fan
Yeah.
came up.
Okay. Well, let me tell you something very interesting, and this will blow your mind. It actually turns out that fans are actually, and I kid you not, are some of the highest EMF devices in the home. I'm not kidding. If people get a trimeter, and they test their Wi-Fi router and their fans, and sometimes their fans are even worse than a Wi-Fi router, I kid you not. Let me tell you what works really, really well for my clients, and that is water fountains. So if you can go down to like, you know, Bunnings or something like that, and just go get like a little water. We're talking about when you sleep, right? Like when you're trying to sleep at night.
Yep. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. That's the main reason I need it. Yeah.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, so go down to Bunnings, and for those of you listening not in Australia, that's just like a tools sort of area, and go and get a water feature and put it on your bedside table. Make sure there's no mold in it, and play that at nighttime, and that is much better. That is much, much better, because the fans, they tend to be not so good. They're high EMF. You know, it's this mechanical, electrical noise, and water is more relaxing. So go for the water feature, man.
Nice. Sounds great. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, man, they're
Um,
great. They're amazing. They're really good.
awesome. Okay, no, great. Last question. So, look, this one's a bit controversial. I'm not going to try and get your shit demonetized here,
Yep,
but all right. So I'm going to say I believe my tinnitus is from the wax. Does that make
yep,
sense?
yep,
Okay,
yep,
you're following. Okay, great.
yep,
Um, okay, so look, I made the mistake of doing this thing twice.
yep,
So it did get volume got louder from the second one.
yep.
So bit of a mistake there. But do you have? I know, like a lot of your content, you have mentioned it a bit, but like, do you have any good stories about, fixing the tinnitus with your course specifically?
Yeah, I have plenty of people now who've silenced their tinnitus after getting 2 doses of the vaccine. So don't worry about it. So I can tell you what works really well. I'll give you 2 supplements, okay? The
Yep.
first one, and I don't get paid for any of these. The first one is a supplement called TRS. On Instagram, it's called TRS. It's a mouth spray, okay? The
Yep.
second one, the second one is by a company called Cellcore Biosciences, and that product is called Carboxy. Carboxy, Carboxy from Cellcore Bioscience. They're great products and they're detoxifying. They are very strong, so take it easy. But I do have many people who've reversed their tinnitus and even hearing loss after getting these jabs. If you go through my Instagram and my YouTube, I think I even show a couple of them as well.
Yep. I've
But
seen a lot of testimonials, just none from the waxes.
yeah, I think there's a few there. Maybe
Okay.
I'll try and find them, and maybe I put them on my story and not an actual post. I'll have to dig them up, but I've definitely got a couple.
Beautiful.
By the way, those supplements, they're to be used with supervision, and also that's to be used alongside the rest of my advice. So you can't just do whatever you're doing now with your life, depending on what it is, and then expect to take the supplements and get better, because it could happen, but it's probably not going to happen. So you got to follow the other stuff, like, you're in Victoria, so how's the weather there now? What are we in?
We're in
It's
summer.
yeah. So it's a good time to do it now. So go down to the beaches and get some sun, get some grounding, get some exercise, work out outside. Plenty of meat down there, in Australia. So go for that.
Yeah.
Follow my advice, and those supplements might take a little bit of time to get to you, and sometimes they're hard to order, but you'll figure it out.
Awesome. Thanks very much, Liam.
Sweet, Max. All right, see you later. Okay, we are crushing it today. Move to audience. Okay, final one. Bordenaro. Let's see if this works. Why is it always the last one that never works? Okay, so Bordenaro, I'm trying to bring you in to the talk, but I think since I've had so many people on successfully, it might be an internet problem on your side, buddy. So if you can manage to move closer to... Oh, here we go. Hello.
Hi, Liam.
Hey, Gino, or I'll
That
call you
that that
Gino.
that Gino's correct, sir. You got it.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing all right. So you're on your way to the beach, and I'm about to shovel 12 inches of snow out of my driveway.
Do you want to swap?
I wish. Trust me, I wish. But I know the ocean very well over there. It's very nice. On
Oh,
the Italian side. Anyways,
yeah, nice.
um, so Liam, thanks very much for doing what you do. Appreciate it. And I have taught 3. I'm
Yep,
enjoying it. I'm enjoying it so far. I
yep,
just got I just got past very beginning. I'm 25% into it. But anyways, I'm
nice.
enjoying it.
Yep,
And so the first question I had is with respect to the Facebook group. So I don't see the actual, I'm using it without joining the Facebook group. So what is the pitch to join the Facebook group? Because I'm not a
So
fan of social media.
yeah, no, look, I got to be honest with you. The Facebook group is, there should be a link in the group to join it. It's free, so
Yep.
there's no cost to it if you have that course. But I don't know if you caught the beginning when I first started talking just before and today, but I was explaining how, unfortunately, a lot of people join the course and then the first thing they do is they don't go through the course. What they do is they jump into the Facebook group and then they just start asking, how do you fix tinnitus? How do you fix tinnitus? And I say, guys, please go through the course before you ask the questions. So look, if you're going through, I got to be honest with you, if you're going through the course, Triumph Over Tinnitus 3, and you're enjoying it and you're understanding it, I would say that for you to join the Facebook group would probably only be confusing, because there's many people talking about different things and everyone's at a different stage, and it's moderated. Like, I pay someone full-time to moderate it, but still questions come through which shouldn't be asked. So it's funny me saying this is my own course. I'm trying to fix it in the course update, but honestly, man, if your question is should you join it, I'd say not at the moment. I wouldn't join the Facebook group.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not even a fan of the company, to be honest with you. But I have a good
Yeah.
science background, I have a good biology background. It's pretty much what I do for a living, and
Oh,
I totally get the course, and it's really good. So I appreciate it.
what do you
Um,
what do you do for a job, if you don't mind me asking?
for a career,
Yeah, if you don't mind
yeah,
me asking.
I work in biotechnology. I
Ah,
manufacture drugs.
ah, nice, cool,
Yeah.
man, very cool.
So yeah. So so a couple more questions real quick. So the second one is you give a nice presentation on some of your videos with regard to sleep, right, and the
Yep,
importance of sleep.
yep.
So since I've gotten tinnitus, which is about a month and a half ago, um, I've been taking a little bit of melatonin every night. Did you see anything wrong with that? Because that helps you sleep very well.
Okay, so I'll put it to you like this. And when it comes to melatonin, obviously that's going to be better than drugs like amitriptyline or anything like that. But if you're taking, 'cause sleep is so important. It's so crucial for health and fixing tinnitus. It's way up there with dry fasting. But if something is helping you sleep, then take it. Like
Okay.
I even tell people who have 10 out of 10 severe borderline suicidal tinnitus and they take amitriptyline to sleep, which is very toxic, but it still helps them sleep, so I still say take it. But in the specific case of melatonin, I don't see anything specifically wrong. Now, I have heard that taking melatonin can actually inhibit your own body's capacity to make melatonin.
I've heard that
So
too. Right. That's why I'm
yes,
asking.
yes. So what I would do, if it's helping you now, that's great. But I would do things to help you phase out of it. So probably the number one thing you can do to help your melatonin and cortisol cycle actually function properly is to get AM sun, get sun in the day as well, and then get PM sun as well. So when you get sun in your eyes, people don't realize this. Melatonin is actually made in the eye and then the gut. It's very cool. And so,
Hmm.
and it starts building in the morning. It doesn't just build at nighttime. People think, oh, melatonin rises at night and cortisol goes down. Well, melatonin actually starts rising in the morning when you first start waking up. Maybe you probably would know some of this stuff if you work in
No,
that
that
field.
aspect I did not know. No, that's new
Okay,
to me.
cool. Well, so I would say to you, it's absolutely fine. Go for it, but transition out of it. So avoid blue light after sunset. Try and get
Yeah.
outside.
Yeah.
Try and cut out coffee. Try and sleep in a pitch black room. Don't sleep in a room that's too hot. Make sure your pillow is comfortable. Turn off your Wi-Fi at nighttime. All that good stuff.
Yeah. All right. Makes sense. I got it.
Cool.
Okay. Hey, Stuart, thank you very much for your time, man. Just like I said, just
Oh,
more about the melatonin question. So that's good to hear. So I appreciate it, man. Have a good day at the
anytime, man.
beach.
Okay, thanks, man. Enjoy shoveling snow.
All right.
See you,
Bye.
man. Bye. Okay. I'm going to have to end it there, guys. No one else has any questions, so that's good. So it's a good time for me to end it. I got to do some work on the course. Have a lovely day.